So we're in San Antonio now. We had a late night driving. We drove all day coming back from Nebraska. We were up there visiting our buddy Jeremy Atkins of Big and J. We did a little bit of hunting while we were there, but now we're back home here in South Texas, and we are going to be heading down near Freer to the Covenant Ranch. Josh Leininger down there was gracious enough to allow us to bring two of our good friends who are wounded veterans. Chris is actually landing at the airport in about 10 minutes, so we are headed that way to get him picked up. Maybe pick on him a little bit when we get there, but then we're gonna head back to the office to grab some more Big and J and hook up to the Can-Am, and then we're gonna head south to Freer and start the hunt. So it should be a good weekend, and hopefully we have some good luck. Are there any American heroes over here? All right, movie star.
What's up, man?
Not much. Thanks for picking me up.
Heck yeah. All right, so we've got the Can-Am unit loaded up on the trailer. We're here at the Texas Trophy Hunter's office. We just loaded up with some Big and J BB squared. We're ready to head to South Texas, so here we go.
We got to the lodge, and shortly after meeting Josh, he takes us into his office and he's showing us some bucks that are around there. And he shows me this buck that I'm gonna be spending most of my time on. He's a 6x5. They had named him Harvey. Hunting, it does a lot for guys, especially me. I grew up hunting my whole life, and as soon as I got injured, I had to get back out in the outdoors. I knew that was crucial to my mental stability, and ever since I just stay active hunting and try to go to as many places as I can and experience the outdoors in a different light, and it's been very successful. So the first morning we had quite a few whitetail come out right away. And it was cold, so I think that really kicked the rut in. And it was harder for me to judge the deer because I'm used to seeing a bigger body on the whitetail than I'm used to hunting. So that was a small adjustment that I had to make. But it didn't take too long before I got the hang of it. We had a good buck come in, and he was making a scrape line, and he was pushing does. All those does were really jumpy. I've never seen whitetail so active before. Not just the bucks, but does running across the openings. And another thing besides the size that was a big difference from the deer that I'm used to seeing is the color of the antlers. Just the style of the rack was even different. So it was cool to see the same species, but in a different light.
How late does the deer usually stay out in the mornings? Depends on the day.
I hadn't hunted in South Texas before. I didn't really know how thick the brush was till I got here, so that was a little new to me. I didn't know what to expect as far as like where we were going to be seeing the deer, like in openings, or if we were going to see them in thick brush. And then a couple times we got in that brush and it was like you couldn't even move around. It was pretty insane how tight quarters it was in there.
This segment of Trophy Hunters TV is brought to you by Swagger Bipods, the bipod with moves.
So it was the first morning hunting in South Texas.
a little different for me. I haven't been in this terrain before, but we saw probably 8 to 10 bucks. Not the 2 that we're after.
So I served 4.5 years in the Marines. I was assigned to 1st Battalion, 7th Marines. I was there from 2010 to 2013. I got injured in 2012 in Seng in Afghanistan by a command pull IED. So I was in the hospital for about 3 months, maybe 2.5, and I ended up going home for a little bit, but it wasn't hunting season. And then with therapy and everything, I had missed most of the first hunting season from when I was back, and then that next year is when I was really excited to get back into hunting, mainly bow hunting. And then every year after that, it was just like I spent more and more time out, and it just kind of spiraled into what I had this hunting season, which was like hunting nonstop from August to today.
We got 2 bucks about 50 yards from us. I don't even know, 50, maybe 40 yards. Just heard a pack of coyotes howling, so I don't know what our plan is yet. Probably just wait them out, but still looking for that buck. But we might hit the predator call after a while with hearing those coyotes. Our deer hunt could turn into a coyote hunt real quick.
We didn't actually end up seeing our buck, but somebody else had seen him in a different area, which was still pretty close to where we were, so we decided to spend the same amount of time the next day on the same spot. It snowed then, and we were happy because we thought the deer were even gonna go more nuts than they already were.
So all day yesterday we had some rain, which turned into snow overnight. And there's a good layer of snow on the ground out here, which is really unusual for this area. We got about 20 deer out here, maybe a little less. There's like one pretty decent buck out here, but not the deer we're looking for. We're gonna sit here for a while, and hopefully a good shooter comes out, one we're looking for. But either way, it's really cool watching these deer in a rut with the snow on the ground.
This segment is provided by Big & J. The aroma is super strong, the range is super long. These does right here are still looking around. I don't know what's going on. We finally got clear to shoot this buck, and then he just took off. Like right as it was happening. I don't know what happened. That's the way it goes, I guess. Almost all. So we saw a nice buck, and
He spooked along with like pretty much every deer that was out here. So we thought, we didn't know what it was, but we thought it might be like a bobcat. And it's been about 45 minutes now. It's starting to warm up. I can already feel the difference. Probably like 10 degrees since we started sitting here. Snow's gonna start melting. So we're gonna give her a shot later in the day.
I'm not sure what it was. I was asking those guys, do you know what happened? And they didn't know what happened. So we just kind of played it out, and I didn't end up getting a shot on that deer.
Overcast. It's kind of a white cold. These deer are going crazy. Running back and forth, pushing each other around.
So we decided to hit the same area again. We wanted to not keep moving around just in case one of those days that deer came out, we wanted to be ready. We saw some good deer, but once again, our deer didn't come out.
So we came back the same spot we were this morning. I think we saw a few more bucks this evening. A few different ones. There's still some deer right out here, but yeah, I think we're gonna come back to the same spot in the morning. Not 100% sure, but we didn't see either of the bucks that we've been looking for. But yeah, we're gonna call it a night. It's dark now, so we're gonna get out of here. Trying not to disturb these deer as we get out. We'll be back in the morning.
We're about to head out back to the same blind that we were the first day. That's what was gonna happen this morning. So we have a couple hours. It's a little overcast, so we're waiting a little bit longer to get in the blind. But we're gonna make it happen today. Let's do it. Coming down to the end of the hunt, I'm getting nervous. Not too bad, because I know how hunting goes. With my past experience, I know that you don't get too anxious there at the end, because your hunt could be totally different in 1 minute from the time you're thinking that. Everything can change in a split second. I was kind of worried that, you know, the rut kicking off with that colder weather and pushing those deer around, that they weren't going to be coming into where we had been seeing them. So that had me a little nervous.
We got like 7 deer out here. There's one buck that's pushing them. Can't tell how good he is though. He needs to lift his head above that road. I don't think he's too big, do you? Looks smaller to me. Not smaller, but not.
The dog running up the road.
I think we got our buck in front of us, but we're trying to get a better look, make sure it's him. Don't want to make a mistake. But I think we're gonna get a shot here. I think it's him. He's 6x5, really wide.
We're sitting there, and I see the buck. I'm pretty sure it's him. I'm almost positive after seeing pictures of him. But we wanted confirmation from our guide that it was the buck that we were after. We didn't want to make a stupid mistake, so we waited a little bit, and then Alfredo gave me the go, and it was all out after that.
Yeah, that's it. Take the shot when you're ready.
here. You guys ready?
This segment of Trophy Hunters TV is brought to you by Buck Knives, the official knife of the Texas Trophy Hunters Association.
We had a few deer out in front of us, and then there was this buck come out. And at first I didn't think it was him, you know, we couldn't really tell. And then finally lifted his head up. I think we all said that's him at the same time.
Yeah, it's him. I'll take the shot when you're ready.
I'm gonna have a shot here. You guys ready?
So we're sitting there and my buck runs away. I don't know what it was, but all the deer spooked and they all had their heads turned. Like, I don't know if it was a predator or what it was, but I couldn't believe that my buck was finally there, and then he just takes off running.
I don't.
He's coming.
Where is he?
Right there, chasing that dog coming back up.
Oh, he's right by the tree right there.
Yeah, right behind it.
That's not him, is it?
No. He's behind the, see where that truck right there, you're about to come out. Right there.
Oh, okay. You ready?
Give me a sec, give me a sec, give me a sec. That's him.
God, you should have shot right there. Where did I hit it? Kind of a eerie feeling not knowing what happened there. Well, that's awesome if I got him good, but gosh, I hate that when you can't tell how good you hit something. All right, so I just got a good shot on this whitetail. The buck we've been after. We had a late change of plans this morning. We were going up into our blind that we'd been sitting in the first couple days, and we had heard that this deer was out here, so we quick got a blind set up here in this opening right here, and then this buck came out, was pushing does around, and they were just right out here, right across the road here, and then he ended up coming to right here where he presented a shot, very clean shot. Right there, he's dead right there. See him? Oh yeah. That's a beautiful sight right there. I just saw that white sticking out there. Can't miss his rack sticking up either. Oh yeah. Oh man. Flipping over here. I don't know what happened. Busted right back out of the trees, right back to where he was. And then he was still pushing that doe pretty hard and stopped. And it was game over after that. Absolutely amazing. I love the color on his, especially on his bases here. Down here, little bumps. Just a solid deer. Really wide. Nice change of pace from hunting in Montana out here in South Texas. Cool experience. I'm super stoked about this deer. I couldn't be any happier with the deer. Just a beautiful animal. Definitely a smaller body than these northern whitetails that I'm
used to hunting, so it's been hard to judge some of these bucks for me because everything's looking bigger than it is. But I don't think I made a mistake on this one. It's awesome.